After last week, a lot of donations poured in. What is the food bank supply like right now? I guess supply of food and money.
Well, I think most people don't fully understand the volume that the food bank collects and distributes on a daily, weekly, monthly, annual basis. And I think the onset of COVID-19, when we were feeding 60,000 people a week and then it went to 120,000 people a week, we would roughly bring in about 35 to 40 semi truckloads of food each week. So about a semi truckload an hour. Well, at the onset of the crisis, the sources where we'd normally get our food, like grocery stores, they were selling out of food, which meant that there was less food that was being donated. We also rescue food from hotels, restaurants, caterers, a lot of food that's prepared to be eaten and not. We can pick up those leftovers. Well, those two segments of the supply chain, that decrease actually dropped us to about 22 semi truckloads
Wow.
for the week, which 35 to 40, it almost cut our donations in half when the demand that was being shipped out of the food bank was about 70 semi truckloads. So taking in 22, shipping 70, it really took our supplies at the warehouse down, and we were really panicked that we would run out of food. And so that's where we just started to really reach out to the city, to the county, to the state, and to the federal government to really educate them on what was happening. And then the community started to step up. And I tell you, last week, we were able to get to that 70 semi truckload level. We had a few extra trucks leave the warehouse, then came in, but we held our ground.
That's great.
If you think about the total supply, it's about 3 weeks. If we were, struggling to bring it in and it was just going out, we'd empty the warehouse in about 2.5 to 3 weeks. And so we're just working as hard as we can to keep those supplies coming in so that we can continue to meet the need.
Final question for you. I do to help.
Well, first, let me just say thank you, San Antonio. We're all exhausted, but San Antonio inspires me. I mentioned the volunteers, but we've got great companies, right? And they're the usual suspects, Valero, HEB, USAA, Nationwide, AT&T. I'll get in trouble because I won't mention all of them, because every company in this city has given to the San Antonio Food Bank. And thank you. The foundations, the individuals, everybody's stepping up. The four things we need is food, time, money, and voice. Food donations in the non-perishable sense. We have not asked the community to donate that yet, just because HEB, Walmart, others need opportunity to get caught up. And as soon as they get caught up with their inventory, we'll ask you to donate a non-perishable food item. But money and volunteers are huge. And then using your social media platform. Many people have done, collection drives. We have a virtual food drive. And so you don't even need to leave your house. You can do a virtual food drive, get your friends involved, and you can help us big time at the food bank. I'd say the last thing, Steve, that families can do while they're at home is make sure you watch for your census. That's a big way in bringing in those federal resources to our city. So go to my2020census.gov. Watch for that envelope in the mail. Be sure to fill that out, because that'll mean resources for our city for this long-term recovery effort at the conclusion of this crisis.